for that summary. Let's just get another voice and another political voice in now on the budget and what to make of it. It's a great pleasure to welcome onto the show Brinda Karat, politburo member, of course, of the CPM. Thank you so much for being with us. What's your first impression of Pranab Mukherjee's budget? How do you assess it? How do you rank it?
I think it's a very disappointing budget as far as the admi is concerned. In fact, it's a very long way from the high expectations which were there that since the Congress party has a mandate to move for strengthening social sector schemes and strengthening schemes for the admi and the aurat. This budget is basically, in my opinion and my party's opinion, more for the khaas admi than the admi.
It's in a sense almost ironic that you are saying that. There were a lot of people who were feeling that without the left, in this first budget without the left, the Congress could actually push a very much pro-liberalization platform. You're saying that they haven't certainly done anything which is particularly pro-poor.
I don't see why the corporate should be complaining. They have not got any new taxes. In fact, the tax which was most upsetting everybody, the FBT has been removed, the CTT has been removed. Why should the CTT be removed unless the government is really interested in pushing speculative trading in the commodities market, the commodities exchange? But apart from that, if you just look at the details of the tax revenue foregone by the government, it's something to the extent of 4,80,000 crore rupees. In tax revenue foregone. I mean, that is huge by any standards. In just 1 year, the concessions which are being maintained over the years, it's grown by over 1.5 lakh crore rupees. I don't see why they should be complaining. What I would say, firstly, the kind of economic stimulus which was required for the economy, much bigger spending by the government, even though we have a deficit of a little over 6%. And the government says it's going to get some 35,000 crores from the sale of spectrum. Even taking into account all that, you really have not gone in for the kind of resource mobilization you could have, which is why you've shortchanged the social sector. I mean, it's shocking what they're doing with the social sector.
All right, so in a sense, it's one of those paradoxes. Neither side seems to be particularly happy. You're not happy with whatever they've done on the social sector, and at the same time, the Sensex crashed today, so the markets don't seem particularly happy. Neither side seems happy.
The reality is that there are two Indias and the government has to choose. And at present, since the poorer India, the India which has been deprived, was promised by this government, by the Congress party, that it would go in for a path of inclusive growth. It is not delivered at all. I mean, look at the unorganized sector, for example, the huge social security schemes. They've given an increase of 100 crore rupees for a sector which has over 90% of your workforce. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous in terms of allocations. Look at the allocations for women. Even the widow scheme, which Pranab Babu had announced in the interim budget in February, we don't see any allocations for that. The allocations for ICDS, you're talking about universalization, you've given just 361 crore more. So how are you going to deliver on the promises you have made to strengthen the social sector? I don't see that message at all in this budget, to tell you the truth.
All right, Brinda Karat, thank you so much for having joined us.